Alright guys, so today we're here to take a look at Cruis'n Blast. This is a game that I've been really looking forward to, and I haven't done a Switch review in a long time, but I thought this made the perfect sense to put on this channel because obviously I like the Switch. I also like arcade games, and this game is right up everyone's alley, I think, on this channel, being that we're all fans of arcade machines, and Cruis'n Blast has been in the arcades for a while. You guys have probably seen it in Dave and Buster's and stuff before. And they actually brought this over to the Nintendo Switch as an exclusive to the Switch. And we're going to go ahead and take a look and see exactly how well they brought this port over. So let's go ahead and check it out.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a recce is the gaming tech. Gaming techie is the gaming tech. Gaming techie.
Alright guys, so let's go ahead and start with a general overview on what we have in this game. Now, as we know, in the arcades, this game came out, and there was 5 different maps in the arcades, and they were really, really fun. And they're in this game, but they added a lot more. They didn't just take the port of the arcade version and just port it to the Switch and ask for $40. You can tell that a massive amount of effort went into this game, and I'm going to show you that as we're navigating here through. So here at the main menu, you see we have single player. So if you click on single player, you have the Cruis'n Tour. You guys are pretty familiar with this already if you guys have played any other kart racers or any other racers out there like Mario Kart and stuff, where you're basically going through and you're playing through different tours and stuff. And this is where you're going to find all the tracks. So there's 24 new tracks in the game. There's 29 in total, so there's 24 new ones and 5 of the ones from the arcade. This is where you're going to find all the new ones. And as usual, you have to go through and unlock them as you complete tours. And as you can see there, so you play them and you unlock them through there. And that's how basically you unlock them and you see all the new tracks. So again, 24 new tracks in the game along with the arcade ones. And the classic arcade is actually right here. You can see they even have a picture of what that Cruis'n Blast machine looks like if you've seen it at Dave & Buster's and such. So these are the 5 other tracks that are in the game. This mode is basically you just playing the classic arcade game as if you were in the arcade. You have 2 minutes and you have to try and complete the actual track. And these are the 5 that are in the arcades. And these are done extremely, extremely well. A lot of variety in the tracks in general. All of those 24 tracks and those 5 that I just talked about are done really well. There's a ton of variety in them. I've been playing on my wife's Switch and stuff, and there's just, you can tell the effort that they went into it. There's so many things going on in the tracks, like, there's animals on the track that are always coming at you. There's lightning storms and weather effects that are happening in there. They're always throwing something new at the tracks and basically adding a quirk to the track that makes it interesting. So I think they did an outstanding job with how the track layouts and the variety of the tracks go. Time trials here, so you guys know what time trials are. You're just trying to beat the race. And remember that this game is basically an arcade racer, so this is point A to point B. You're not going to find circuit races in here or anything like that. It's going to be all about getting to the track as fast as possible, or getting to the end of the track as fast as possible from point A to point B. And then you got single race, and this is where you can actually play the tracks that you've actually unlocked. So obviously I haven't unlocked any on this Switch that I'm playing on here to show you guys how everything looks. So nothing here but the original first 4 that you can actually play in the beginning. And then if we go back here, we do have multiplayer. This multiplayer is not, online multiplayer. This is local to the Switch. You can play up to 4 players on the actual Switch. And this game runs at full 60 FPS if you're playing by yourself, and runs anywhere from 30 to 60, depending on if you're playing, depending on how many players are in the actual game when you're playing local split screen, either 2, 3, or 4, like it says here. So awesome that feature's in here. And then local play is basically local wireless. So if you guys are familiar with local wireless, where you go ahead and you create a lobby, and you can actually play, everyone has their own Switch, everyone has their own copy of the game, and you can go ahead and play it that way as well. And then here we have extras that are just in here, so you can see that you can unlock some things as you're progressing through the actual tour. I'll let you guys explore that. So just to show you guys what you guys can expect out of the gameplay, I'm going to do Classic Arcade, since this is probably the tracks that most people are familiar with, if they played them in the arcade. So let's go ahead and say we did Madagascar here. And what adds the variety to the game, not only is there a lot more tracks in this than there is in the arcade game, but there's a lot more cars. There's over 25 cars to unlock, and you unlock them just by game playing. There's keys that are hidden around the tracks that you have to grab, and that's how you unlock cars. For doing tricks and stuff, you earn money, and you can use that money to also buy cars, or like you can see here, by using that money, or even when you select a car like I'm about to do right now. Let's say I selected this car. You can see that you can use that money to continue to upgrade your car, change the paint, upgrade in here with neons, with decals, with body kits and engines and stuff. So a lot to keep you occupied just by, with the variety of the tracks. Like I said, the 4-player split screen, 4-player local wireless, and you know, unlocking all the cars, and then of course upgrading all the cars, because each time you play with the car, it goes up to level 1, level 2, level 3 with each car that you're playing with. And you can see I have 1 key up there, and then 10,000 starting money is what you start with. So we'll leave that as is, and let's go ahead and show you guys how an actual race looks like, so at least you get an idea of how the game actually plays here. So like I said, this is the game that I've been looking forward to a lot since it's in the arcades, because Raw Thrills is a fantastic developer who makes arcade machines, and they usually don't bring it obviously to the home port, but they actually brought this over, and all of us who are fans of like Cruis'n USA, like I am and stuff, are really looking forward to this one. Never thought we would get an official home port, but here it is officially on the Nintendo Switch. There's an airplane coming across the track while you're actually driving, following you. So like I said, the graphics in here are also really well done for the Switch. They look really, really good. The gameplay is hectic. As you see, I'm doing a bunch of moves here to get around the actual cars. You can hold the right to actually drift. You know, I'm still obviously, you know, learning the game as is with the rest of us. So I'm not great at drifting yet, as you could probably tell. But it's such a fun game. This game does really well. And what's really cool about this game, since it's only a point A to point B that you're basically playing, and you saw that I missed the money, but when you're playing 4-player split screen, it makes the races so close. Like I was playing with a couple of my friends here when we played this game that were over, and the races were so tight because you're so close, because the races are just point A to point B, and the action is so fast and thrilling and stuff. Just knock that guy out of the actual track. That the races always end up being closer than probably any other racing game that you've played before. It's not like you're going to lap somebody in this game. You're not going to be like, this isn't a racing game that you're going to be ahead by like 50 people or anything like that. It's just not that kind of game. And I love doing this. It's always been fun to hit the gas pedal hard when you're at the arcade machines, and you can do it here. Flip that car around to go around the other cars. You can do a little side wheelie there. And I just hit that car, so that was epically terrible. But yeah, it makes the game so much more enjoyable for me when it comes to, you know, doing that. So as you can tell, 4 minutes. We did make it underneath that 2-minute timer. We didn't do great though. We got 5th place. You earn money depending on what place you actually get into, and that's one of the other ways you earn money besides picking it up on the track. As you can see there, I got 4,000. I got a new record. I'm sure if I played again, it wouldn't be as high if I don't break the record, because that was my first time playing that track on here. And as you can see, the cars level up, and as they level up, that's how you can actually upgrade them and do stuff like that. So that is a gist of how the game plays. Like a very small sample size. I don't want to ruin all the tracks for you guys. There's a lot of different tracks in the game, you know, with animals, with dinosaurs, with lightning storms, all this different stuff to add a good variety to the track. Some are longer, some are shorter. And they're just all a ton of fun to play. All the original 5 from the arcade machine are here, along with 24 new ones, over 25 cars to play with and unlock. I think they did a fantastic job porting this over. It's probably going to go down as one of my favorite arcade racers on the Nintendo Switch, probably of all time. It stands out very differently from all the other ones that are out there. You know, this isn't a Mario Kart clone. This isn't like any of those. This is a very different type of game, and it stands out from the other arcade racers just because, you know, the graphic style, the neon colors, it's very colorful. The speed, you know, it just plays like Cruis'n USA brought over to the new era of Cruis'n Blast, as you're seeing here. And I think they did a fantastic job. If you're even a small fan of arcade racers, or you're a fan of Cruis'n USA in the arcades and always have been, and you have a Switch, guys, get this game. It is freaking fantastic. They did a great job with this one, and I'm so excited to have this on the Switch. I'll be playing this for months to come. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any questions, as always, leave those questions down below. If not, thank you guys for watching. Until next time.